WWE Taboo Tuesday, where we get to pick the matches. Well, we get to pick one of the matches, but it's a good one, I think. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this, your second installment of 10 years ago for the month of October. It is October 2004, and tonight we're looking at Taboo Tuesday. The WWE have noticed that this internet malarkey is starting to get really popular, so they decided to do an interactive pay-per-view where the fans get to choose the matches, the stipulations and all that jazz. Well, I mean, not quite. We get to choose within set parameters. So, for example, we can't choose Bork Laser to come back and challenge Triple H for the championship. No. But we get the certain matches, like, for example, Ric Flair versus Randy Orton. They're set in stone, but we, the fans, get to choose the stipulations for it. And apparently, this is all above board. All of it is 100%, all right? Now, I believe they're taking a very, very large gamble with this show, because Great American Bash proved that fans are not prepared to pay for 2 pay-per-views in 1 month. And thingy. Not only that, but the show is on Honest to God Tuesday. Raw was last night in Canada, this show, yeah? Tuesday is not a traditional pay-per-view night, unless, of course, you include this Tuesday in Texas. No Mercy a few weeks back, of course, proved that wasn't great, was it, from the SmackDown brand? So this show needs to be fucking brilliant to get things back on track, doesn't it? We are live at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is a regular stop for the WWE. The crowd, check this out, guys. The crowd is a pitiful 3,500 people. The entire top deck of this arena is blacked out. And of course, having that few people in really affects the noise. Yeah, that's seriously small. The lighting doesn't help as well. You know, the way, like I just said, it's all blacked off. It makes it look small time. In the dark match, get this, I don't know how this one worked. Muhammad Hassan lost to Sergeant Slaughter. I'm sure we'll talk about Hassan at a later date, but in this one, he lost in the dark match. So kicking off the show, the Divas come out and are told what they'll be wearing for their Fulfill Your Fantasy Battle Royal. The winner is a schoolgirl outfit, gets 53%. I fear, I've got written on my notes here, that the King will be unbearable in that match. That's not the first match, by the way. No. We just wanted to kill some time. A theme that I'm sure you'll notice carries over quite well in this one. Jesus Christ. So in the opening contest, you know, the actual proper opening contest, excuse me, Shelton Bejamin defeating Chris Jericho in an alright match to win the Intercontinental Championship. Bejamin gets 37% of the votes. Also available for contention were Batista, Christian, the Hurricane, Rodney Mack, Chuck Palumbo, William Regal, Steven Richards, Rhino, Rosie, Tajiri, Tyson, Tomko. Closest was Batista, he got 20%. Now, as far as I know here, and please let me know if I'm wrong, but Jericho legitimately doesn't know who he will be facing in their match. As far as I know, they've got set finishes for each person, okay? So if this person somehow managed to, if Regal wins, they'll probably do a quick finish or something like that. But because Benjamin's won, they're going to do a title change, right? That's as far as I know. They can't really plan much other than the finish, can they? So this match is never going to be the greatest match that it could. Coach, who is at the Internet Control Center on top of the stage, he asked the live crowd who they wanted to win. Shelton won by a landslide, complete landslide, which was really strange when the match started, because this one, guys, this one played out to silence. No one was interested in this one at all. They don't react to anything for the first 5 minutes. The first thing that they even give any modicum of a response to was Chris Jericho doing the cocky cover. That's the first thing. A couple of signs in the crowd make me smile. You can always tell it's a boring match or it's not the greatest of matches when I'm looking for signs. Shut Up George is brilliant in its simplicity. The other one, of course, is Eugene is my dad, which is great. The match is back and forth. Lack of noise really hurts it. And to be honest, it's boring because nothing of note happens until Shelton gets a nice superplex. Jericho misses a lion salt. Shelton follows up with a Kane-style flying clothesline. The crowd pop for a Wars of Jericho count, but attempt, sorry, but it's countered, so Jericho hits a lion salt, which gets 2. Shelton counters something off the top. It's one of those times where someone comes off the top rope, no intention of doing a move. They're doing this so it can be countered, and this time it's countered into a T-bone suplex. It looks fucking horrible. And that gets the win. Excuse me. 10:55. Jericho presents Shelton with the title belt after the bell. Nothing grabbed me, crowd didn't give a damn, was okay, nothing special at all. Christian's last night in the company as far as I remember. He may have been at the next SmackDown taping, so if I'm wrong, please let me know. But as far as I know, this is the last time he appeared on pay-per-view for quite some time. So, next. Fans get to choose who will face Triple H tonight. We get 3 choices. We can choose between Edge, Shawn Michaels and Chris Benoit. We hear from each man and saying why they should get the match. But it's Shawn Michaels who wins the vote with 39%, while Edge receives 33%, Benoit receives 28%. Edge looks proper pissed off about this. Benoit shakes Shawn Michaels' hand, and of course Edge and Benoit will team up later on tonight to take on La Resistance for the tag team titles. I like that, I do. If you don't get the world title shot, you're still getting a shot at a championship. I like that. Next, Trish Stratus wins a crap. Why do you watch my birds? Fulfill your fantasy battle royal to retain the women's championship. So we have in this match Trish Stratus, Victoria, Molly Holly, Gail Kim, Stacy Keibler, Nydia and Jazz, all dressed as schoolgirls. It's the St. Trinian's schoolgirl look. It's one of those, you kind of feel a bit bad for finding it attractive sort of thing. Does that make sense? They look good. Trish and Victoria looking the best. Jesus wept. King's commentary on this one is awful. And it's creepy and it's cringeworthy. Jeez, I wish I was back at kindergarten. Horrible. Match is as good as you would expect. Thankfully it's kept very, very short, going just 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Don't like titles being defended in this sort of match at all, but this wasn't a good match in any stretch of the imagination. Next, Gene Snitsky defeating Kane in a chain match. Who the fuck is Gene Snitsky? I can hear you say, well, plucked from OVW obscurity from out of nowhere because they need a big guy for an angle. The WWE flew Mean Gene Mondo on the corporate jet to the 13th of September Raw. The quickly renamed Gene Snitsky made his debut against Kane. At one point in the match, he knocked Kane into his wife, Lita, fell on top of her, and because of that, she miscarried her baby. Remember what I always say? What do I always say with about pregnancy angles? They need to do some bullshit to get out of it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is some bullshit. Anyway, this made Kane mad. This made the couple get closer together, turned Kane face somehow in all of this. And Snitsky gave us the immortal "it wasn't my fault" line, which is fantastic. It should go without saying that in all of these skits, Lita's acting was all kinds of terrible, you know. So the match is a fans choose a weapons match. They can choose between a chair, a lead pipe and a chain. Now the build-up package heavily focused on the lead pipe. Snitsky had used it a couple of times, so naturally the fans choose a chain because they're fans. I feel that they miss a trick here because the referee, they've got the 3 weapons lined up on little podiums in front of the ring, and the referee goes and grabs the chain and puts it in the ring. Now, do you not think they could have made it a little bit better to have the referee struggle to pick up the chain? Like, use 2 hands to pick it up, to emphasise just how heavy this fucking chain is. No, just picks it up with 1 hand, fuck it. Let's skip the first 10 minutes of this one. All you can say is that Kane is going out of his way to make Snitsky look like a badass. His selling for him is fantastic. One thing, there's nothing of note whatsoever. Nothing significant at all. So, Gene kicks the steps into Kane's leg, then grabs a chair, which of course is not the legal weapon. He uses it, surely that's a disqualification. Yes, it's a chain match, but only the chain is the legal weapon. You can't just grab any other weapon and start you. Well, actually, yes, you can in this one, apparently. Yes, you can. Various chair shots put Kane down, so that Gene puts the chair across the neck of Kane, who bites down on a blood-filled condom to show that he has internal injuries, in a nice little nod to what Kane had done to Shawn Michaels back at Vengeance, I'm sure it was. So that's, you know, nice little bit of that. Referee stops the match, but wait! Gene Snitsky is one hell of a badass dude, and he wants the pin, so the referee is obliged to get the pin, and this one ends at an eye-watering 14 minutes and 20 seconds. Good grief. The match was way too long, but I suppose you can give it credit that it did the trick. It did what it needed to do, didn't it? It made Gene Snitsky look like an absolute badass, because a month before this, none of us knew who fucking Gene Snitsky was. This was done, if you're wondering, the blood condom and the internal injuries, this was done so that Kane can go off and film See No Evil, which is nice of him. See you at the Rumble. Oh, Lita is really concerned about her on-screen husband, you know, the one that she was forced to marry. And then, every fucking time. I think that's a police car, you know. Anyway, yeah. Kane does a stretcher job, and here comes Snitsky to toss him off it. What an evil fuck. They couldn't have done more in this match to make Gene Snitsky look like a monster, right? It's just that what they did do didn't interest me in the slightest. I don't like big man versus big man at the best of times. It just doesn't interest me. In the back, Edge is seriously pissed off about not getting his title shot. He says that Shawn Michaels should have withdrawn from the voting because he has a fudged leg, which I suppose is a fair enough thing to say, actually, isn't it? Eugene defeating Eric Bischoff in a terrible match. We get told the winner of the match has 3 stipulations, alright? Either the loser must be a servant to the winner, the loser must wear a dress for a month, or the loser must be shaved bald. As with and we get told these, right? But we're not going to get told until what happens after the match, alright? So the match is going to go ahead, and then we'll be told what the stipulation is. That's a bit strange. As with every other time that Eric gets in the ring, match is just terrible. He gets some kicks in to show off his martial arts skills, and then Eugene hulks up, hits an airplane spin, a Hogan leg drop to get the win in 2 minutes. Fucking yes. How does that sound? Fans, quite rightly, choose the shave the head option. Coach leaves control center and tries to spin it that you want one thing, but we want another thing. So the fans want this, but Eugene wants this. They're basically trying to get it so that Eric will either wear a dress or will be Eugene's servant for 5 minutes. All right, how's that sound? And of course, here comes Vince McMahon power walking his way to the ring. This won't end well, will it? I've got it on my nose. Vinnie Mac says that if Eric tries to bail, he will be fired as Raw general manager. Eugene starts shaving Eric's hair. Obviously, eventually, because it takes forever to get them into place. Okay, and then Coach goes back to the control center, but Vince demands that he wears the dress. So Coach is forced to undress and to put the dress. Incidentally, they've got the mannequin with the dress on it, and it's a man. The mannequin is a man, even though it's got a dress on. That's a bit strange. Anyway, this segment alone, not the match, just this segment of getting Eugene to cut Eric Bischoff's hair and getting Coach into the dress. 10 minutes of my life. Cheers for that. Absolutely shit. Oh man, it really just felt like Vince trying his very, very hardest to get one over on Bischoff. It was a, give away the results of my show, will you? Well, take this, Eric. Bzzz, you know. And of course, Eric's got grey hair. I mean, anyone who watched WCW there knows that Eric used to fucking have grey hair, and he dyes his hair, so he always roots are grey. Hilarious! In the back, Edge is vexed at Shawn Michaels, really fucking so angry, shaking with rage. Next then, Edge and Chris Benoit defeating La Resistance in a match to win the tag team title. Sylvain Grenier butchers the Canadian national anthem before the bell, sings the whole thing. Neither Edge nor Chris Benoit, who of course are Canadian, think, he's butchering our national anthem, I'm going to go and make the save. No, he just sits and sits back and don't do a too bad job, actually. Weird. Matches like this are so hard to pull off, because in the public's eye, you've got Edge and Chris Benoit, who are superstars, and you've got La Resistance, who aren't. So it's hard to present La Resistance as a credible tag team in this one. Of course, this is a rematch from Bad Blood, isn't it? La Resistance won by disqualification that night, did they not? Faces control from the start, quick tags and nice moves. Crowd don't care, obviously, but why would they care about this match? Edge is your Canadian in peril for a long, long time. It's okay at best. The crowd are as uninterested as they could possibly be in this, and they barely react when Benoit gets the hot tag. It's not a hot tag, it's not a warm tag, it's not a mild tag, it's a just above cold tag. It's not even lukewarm, is it? He gets a few punches in, and then it's his turn to play the Canadian in peril. Didn't do anything of note at all. He came in, got a few punches, and then got home. Like, lovely. I want to tell you guys what's happening in these matches, but there's nothing of note whatsoever. Edge gets another lukewarm tag, but the referee doesn't see it. The crowd really don't like that for 2 seconds, and then, yeah, fuck it, not ours. Yeah, tell you who likes this even less. Edge. Edge doesn't like the fact that he's getting owned, doesn't like the fact that the referee didn't see the tag. Edge just goes, fuck it, I'm not arsed. And he leaves, he fucks off, leaving Benoit on his own. He doesn't just bail from the ring, doesn't just bail from ringside. He goes straight to the back, gets his bag, and fucks off out the entire ring. Doesn't bother getting changed or anything, just there, fuck it. And we know this. We know this because we follow Edge backstage. Fuck the match. The match is irrelevant, alright? Edge is what matters. Edge is the star. La Resistance and nothing. Back in the ring, Benoit comes alive with Germans on both the champions, and a crossface on Rob Conway gets the only pop of the match, the win, and the titles at 16 minutes and 15 seconds. The match was so dull. It was unbelievable. Nothing happened for 12 minutes. The crowd don't care. Maybe because there's only like 3,500 of them. Not interested in the slightest. Oh man, trust me on this one. If I gave it half a star, right, I'm being very generous here because there's nothing here. You know me, if a tag match just follows the generic tag team formula, I give it 2 stars, but at least it's got to be interesting. This, alright, did follow it a little bit, but at the same time was so boring. So boring. Right, honestly, if you wanted to give it 1 star, you'd be seriously overrating it. Honestly. In the back, Todd Grisham talks to Triple H, who doesn't believe that Shawn Michaels is injured. Jim Ross and King then talk about last night's Raw, where Shawn Michaels was in a match with Edge and Chris Benoit, triple threat match, and he tore his meniscus, which is a muscle or the ligament in the back of your leg. Seriously painful injury. Yeah, Shawn shouldn't be wrestling tonight, shouldn't be wrestling for the next couple of months. See you at the Royal Rumble sort of thing from Shawn. Should not be seeing him ages, right? And then, in one of the worst matches of 2004, Christy Hemme defeated Carmella in a truly terrible laundry pillow fight, okay? Christy Hemme won the Diva search, which is good for her. She won herself $250,000. She won herself a year-long WWE contract. You have 3 choices in this one that we, the fans, could have voted for. We could have had a pillow fight, which is what we chose. We could have had an evening gown match. Or, and I don't know what this is, we could have had an aerobic challenge. Seriously, folks, not a clue what an aerobic challenge is. I don't know. Anyway, last night on Raw, Christy, Hemme and Carmella were having a tit for tat in the ring sort of thing, and Christy announced that she had kissed Eugene the week before, which gets no reaction at all. And she says, tonight I'm going to kiss. Turns around, Lillian Garcia is still in the ring. Lillian does not look like she enjoys this kiss one bit. And you start going, is this meant to make me buy the pay-per-view? You kissing the ring announcer? I don't know why. Coach having to talk about the match while still wearing his dress is actually genuinely funny. I actually loved that. Anyway, to kill some more time. Oh my god, I forgot about this. I actually forgot about that, right? The ladies come out. Right, they're stood at the top of the entranceway, and so we're told what they're going to have to do. So they're going to have a pillow fight, a lingerie pillow fight, which means they then have to go to the back and get changed into their lingerie. So they've got these pods set up at the entranceway, yeah, and they're see-through, or sort of see-through. You can see shadows. So the 2 girls go in there and get naked and then get dressed again. While I'm sat there thinking to myself, I fucking paid for this shit! You know? I don't want to... Just have them in an evening gown, right? With the lingerie on underneath, right? Have them come out, take the evening gown off. Everyone wins because we get to see an evening gown match, technically, as they take it off and they're already in the lingerie. This takes up so much time. It's so much time. 6 minutes this takes. How long does it take you to fucking get changed? 6 minutes of King trying not to shoot his fucking load. God damn. You know, you've got time to go and make yourself a brew, time to go and get yourself a beer, trying to go and have a shit if you can push one out that fast, anything like that. I don't know why they do it. Are they going for the horny teenager thing? I'm sat going, oh yeah, because he's a nipple. So fuck off. Anyway, the match itself, girls roll around for 2 minutes. Roll around, bash each other with pillows, sell the pillows, and then Christy gets the win, right? Check this out. She gets the win with a standard pinfall. One problem, Carmella's right shoulder is on the ground. The left one is up. She's like that on the canvas. Even King points out that the shoulder's down, no, up. Even King points out that the shoulder's not down. But referee counts it anyway and we have to move on because this is shit. Give us a match. A normal match. The match goes 2 minutes, right? 6 minutes of getting changed. It must have been 2 minutes of showing how Christy Hemme won the Divas search. So 10 minutes. All those guys in the back, yeah, that could have been voted in for the IC title. You couldn't grab 4 of them and just put on a random tag match. I don't even care if there's no rhyme or reason for it at this point. I'd rather see a random generic match than 2 girls rolling around hitting each other with pillows as fucking feathers fly. Fuck that shit. And then, right, JR and King run down the entire card so far. Everything that's happened so far to kill some more time. Remember what I said? Emphasis of the show in this one. Kill time. Gotta kill time. Excuse me. So, next. Triple H and defeating Shawn Michaels in a good match, best match of the night, this one, to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. Surely this one writes itself. I've got on my notes. Work the damn leg, alright? Shawn has a serious limp walking to the ring. King is convinced that he's faking it, but everyone else in the way, I mean, I know he's got to be like that, but everyone else, you're like, no. After a slugfest, Triple H thinks, fuck this, and starts attacking the leg with boots to the left leg. Where the point where, see, boots is that hard. The referee wants to stop the match. And in a great little bit of selling and storytelling here, Shawn gets in the referee's face. He's on the ground, grabs him by the shirt. Don't you dare ring that bell. Amazing little touch, that. Hunter bends the knee around his and then puts on a figure 4. Shawn selling it is amazing here. The selling's probably amazing because it's real, isn't it? Anyway. Shawn eventually gets to the ropes. Triple H is very impressed that the referee didn't stop it. Hunter wants to post the leg, but Michaels is able to counter and attempts a comeback. It takes a while to get to his feet. When he gets up, 2 chops, a catapult into the ring post, and then 3 atomic drops on the bad leg. You fucking nutcase. Oh dear. See ya. Oh. He needs the ropes to pull himself up, but Triple H kicks the knee. He shoves the ref, but that means that Shawn can go low. He gets a nice DT. Shawn drags his carcass, not up, but up. He goes to the top rope and hits the fucking elbow drop. And you start going, Jesus fucking Christ. And now he's hulking up. And the crowd, for the first time this show, come alive. They want Shawn to win this match. They believe in him. Batista comes out, gets knocked off the apron. Sweet chin music, and it's a good one for Triple H. But here comes Veg, hits the spear, and that means that Triple H can crawl over, one arm draped across. 1, 2, 3, gets the win. 14 minutes and 4 seconds. Great match. Really enjoyed this one. Someone like me obviously is going to love it. The psychology was perfect. The storytelling was spot on. It wasn't the 40-minute long match like they had at fucking Bad Blood. 14 minutes. Just long enough, I thought. I thought the crowd for the first time tonight were into this one. I enjoyed this match. Okay? Next. Bischoff goes backstage and yells at people because they're laughing at his hair. One of them is Ken Kennedy, which is funny. We run down the entire card, and I don't mean we just go, yeah, and this happened, and this happened, this happened, and this happened. Oh no, we get to see who voted, what stipulation or what person won on each vote. So we get to see Shelton Benjamin and all that, and then we get to see highlights of each match to this point, I promise you I'm not lying on this one, it killed 8 minutes of airtime, alright? We then get a build-up package for the main event. That kills another 4 minutes, alright? We then get told what type of match we're having between. This main event will be either a Falls Count Anywhere match, a submission match, or a cage match, okay? It's clear that the fans here in the arena want a cage match, and that's what we get. 68% of the vote goes for a cage match. Now, that's all good. Problem is, from the last pinfall in the Shawn Michaels versus Triple H match until the bell of the main event, 16 minutes go past. Why have we got so much time to kill? It's unreal. In our main event, Randy Orton defeating Ric Flair in an alright cage match. Okay, so, yeah, I watched this with Dan Ago, my good friend Danny Ace. He's given this match 3.5 stars. Check this out, right? He said, I'm going to give it 3.5 stars, and I'll email you as to tell you why. And then he never bothered emailing me, so he just did. Flair almost with chops to start us off, but Orton comes back with a high back body drop. Flair tries to escape, Orton's having none of that, but takes a thumb to the eyes. More chops and a low blow, then a face full of gauge, which draws blood on Orton, and it's a good blade job, this one. Cheese grater with the cage on Randy's face. More chops, and Orton is able to get a whip into the cage, and now Flair is busted open as well. Flair tries to escape, and we get to see his wrinkly ass as Orton pulls the pants down, which is, I suppose, hilarious. In a grudge match like this, I don't want to see the comedy spots. Okay, so when Flair gets dropped bollock first onto the ring ropes, I don't want to see that shit, ever. Not in a match like this. Corner punches by Orton, followed by a cheese grating of his own, followed by a dropkick into the cage. Flair climbs to the top turnbuckle with predictable results. Crossbody by Orton leads to our first cover of the match. It only gets 2. Backcracker, and we exchange chops, and Flair tries to escape out the door. Thwarted by Orton, who drags Flair back in. But Flair has brass knucks. He uses them for a near fall. With a better crowd, that near fall would have been amazing, because it was very, very close. Crowd not really that arse, if I'm honest. Flair tries to escape out the door, and as he does, he notices that there's a chair like conveniently placed next to the door. He pulls the chair in, stands up, and eats an RKO, which gets the win at 10 minutes 35. Match was okay. In classic style, this one could have done with more time, I felt. So take 6 minutes off the Gene Snitsky match. Or, I don't know, give them the 10 minutes that you did when you were fucking running down the entire show, for example, and this would have been a great match. I felt personally it was too short. It's a 2.5 star match. They tried to tell an old school classic story, a bit NWA style, and I like that. I think it should have been a lot longer, personally. So, what do we think of this one? Jim Ross calls it the most memorable night of his career with a straight face, and you're going, how can you say that? I know probably at this point you're just like, oh, it's just a job. I just get paid to do what I do, and that's that. But how can he say that? 174,000 people bought the show. It speaks volumes, doesn't it? It really does. They've got a card here where you're just going, I don't want to see most of that. So Eugene versus Bischoff, I don't want to see. Fulfill Your Fantasy Diva Battle Royal, I don't want to see. And the lingerie pillow fight, or the Diva Surge contestants, whatever you want to call it, don't want to see that. So at least 3 of the matches you don't want to see. 4 matches on this card are dud or worse. We get the minus figures for the lingerie, don't we? I don't ever want to see coaching dress ever again either. Tuesday's not a traditional pay-per-view night, so the show bombs, but hell, we'll do it all again next year. Oh, yes we will. How's that one sound? 1 out of 10, 1.5 maybe, if you feel particularly generous. Let me do something for me, this one, folks. A lot of people recently have been disagreeing with what ratings I've been giving shows. Can you let me know why? Because getting a message on Facebook, I think you're wrong about what you rated the show. Yeah, it doesn't help me, does it? Let me know why that is, alright? Ladies and gentlemen, next time, oh, you lucky folks, you lucky people, next episode of 10 years ago will be a TNA review. Can you believe that shit? Look forward to that in November. I've been Mark P. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave me a lovely comment down below. I've been Mark P. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all very soon. Take it easy, guys.